Hello YouTube, we are back. And we're back to play some Brothers War Draft. This format has been pretty fun so far, but our success in it has been middling. So, for those of you that don't know, I'm Flyer Power. I stream Monday through Thursday from 11 to 3. We do Magic on Monday and Tuesday, Dota on Wednesday, Thursday's a free-for-all. Today we're changing it up because Brothers War came out, so I decided let's play some more Magic now that the new set is out. And so the sealed we played yesterday was a bit odd. Like, we lost a lot. My understanding of the format appears to be lacking somewhat. That being said, and as the title of this video suggests, the retro frame artifacts seem to be incredibly strong. Like, I've lost a game where my opponent's at negative 24, but his Platinum Angel keeps him alive. And that doesn't feel very good. So, it's just kind of, it's interesting. We'll see if this time, the retro frames make such a big difference as well. Kayla's command is good. You can make a 2/2. Put a +1/+1 counter in double strike. Or gain 2, scry 2. Normally I use the +1/+1 on double strike and gain 2, scry 2, but like, it's flexible. And it's just a solid card. So might as well grab another one here. Next up. I think ideally we'd want to play soldiers with Kayla's command. So Air Marshal is appealing here. Like, Millstone, we're not milling people out with 2 mills per turn. And Calamity's Wake, while a good card, in Constructed, I don't think it will be useful in Draft all that much. So I think we just go for the Air Marshal. Epic Confrontation is another one that you might want in this slot. But it mostly comes down to my preference to playing blue over green. Green is so heavily contested because it's so good in the format. You're going to have at least like 1 or 2 green drafters at every table, I suspect. Disenchant's good, Third Path Savant's good, but Take Flight is clearly the pick here. If your opponent can't answer it, you just get an extra card every turn. And flyers are pretty amazing in this format. So, easy pick. Not too hard. Starting out pretty simply. And hopefully the fact that Take Flight's still here means that blue isn't right next to us, which is always the hope. You want to have the colors not being picked up by the person right next to you. Otherwise you'll be fighting them for a while. Sigil of Valor is a strong card. Spotter Thopter is not bad either. Latinum Adept, I think, is probably better than Spotter Thopter. And like, we already have a Take Flight. The Adept is one of the cards that benefits strongly from that. Maybe we'll wheel Air Marshal or Power Stone Engineer. But yeah, I think the Adept is what we want. And we don't even have to play white, really. Like, all of these blue cards are perfectly fine blue cards to play by themselves. So, we don't have to feel married to our first pick. Argivian Avenger is not bad. Like, it can give itself flying, it can give itself lifelink. Those things are relevant. Aeronaut Cavalry is a solid card, but I'm tempted to take the colorless card just because I think we're more likely to play this just because it fits in every deck. And this card's specifically good in soldiers. But I think we'll have another chance to pick up an Aeronaut Cavalry. And the Avenger's pretty good. Third Path Savant looks like the easiest pick here. Levitating Statue can be good. But you never know exactly how many non-creature spells you're going to get, so... Third Path Iconoclast is an excellent card if we end up in blue-red. And it's so late in this draft that we're getting it. Like, 7th pick Iconoclast. Yeah, I think I'm gonna grab it here. Latinum Adept. I haven't played blue-red yet, but I mean... this late of an Iconoclast is definitely a reason to play blue-red. Pyrrhic Blast is a solid card. Mishra's Onslaught is good too. I feel like I should have taken a longer look at that before I shipped it out. Whirring Strike is also pretty good. Yeah, I definitely think Depth Charge Colossus is fine, but maybe... yeah, I'll take a Depth Charge Colossus here. Mishra's Onslaught, speaking of... actually, Sigil is probably the pick, especially with Iconoclast. The Cavalry came back. Mine Worker, if we wanted to get the 3, I think we hedge a little bit with our Cavalry, just in case white ends up being what we want to play. Like, we're not tied to red either. But, like, Third Path Iconoclast is a very good card. Very, very good card. So, if we can play red, I'd like to play red. Sigil of Valor can be a beating, especially when you have a token producer, like Iconoclast, right? So in Pack 2, for this deck, we're looking for more Iconoclast. We're looking for red removal spells. Forge Channer. It's fine. It's not great, but it's fine. Mightstone and Weakstone, I think, is our pick here. Maybe we'll get Urza. I'll splash for Urza, but you basically get 2 Power Stones, and you also get a -5, or a draw 2 effect, depending on what you need. I think this card's really good. And it's colorless, so it really goes in any deck you'd ever want to play. Yoshin Tactician is a very good reason to be playing blue-white. This is the hardest pick so far, because the best 2 cards in this pack are Yoshin Tactician and Prison Sentence. We could get a weak stone subjugation, but I think this is strong enough to where we should at least speculate on it. Like, we'll have enough playables that I think we try and see whether that's what we want to do before we give in fully. Sibling Rivalry is a cool card if you have a way to sack something. Another Air Marshal is not too bad. 2-mana, 2/1 that can just fly things. Destroying artifacts is alright, but it's a little narrow. I think we take the Air Marshal. Yeah. It's between that and Sibling Rivalry, and it's pretty close, but I think we take the Air Marshal. Burnished Heart's very good. And it's really that or Recommission, but I think Burnished Heart is just too good to pass here. Ramps you, which is very a powerful effect. A Disenchant, another Third Path Savant. Unleash Shell is solid removal. I think it's gettable removal though. We'll just take another Savant. Based on what we're seeing so far here, I think red is not as open as we expected it to be. I do think we swap back into white. I think our white is stronger than our red at this point, just because of the Tactician and a couple of other things. Tower Worker is just a solid card, like it's ramp. Out of all the set, it's the one that you can really play in almost every deck. So I will grab it here. And if we have a chance to pick up the others, that'll be great. If we don't, we might still play Tower Worker anyway. Speaking of the others, here's a Mine Worker. Another Third Path Savant. How many is too many when it comes to cards that can be played on turn 3 and draw you 2 later? I don't know that there is too many, so I'll take another one. Like, one of the problems with Third Path Savant is that you kind of don't want to play it early because you don't want it to get removed. It's so powerful a late game effect, but I mean, if you got 3 of them, you're not feeling too bad about losing one. Okay, we've assembled Tron. I think that's better than the Thopter Architect. Yeah, I think that is better. Just go ahead and get our Tron pieces online. Mine Tower Worker and Power Plant Worker. It's actually one of the first time that I've gotten all 3. Like, I've actively tried to pick up the Tower Worker, Power Plant Worker, and Mine Worker before. And normally it is very hard to get the set of them. We can take another Cavalry here. Or another Power Plant Worker. I'm going to take another Cavalry. Just up our soldier count, recommission, solid card. We don't have a ton of soldiers, so we'll look for that in the next pack. Aeronaut's Wings is pretty good. I'm not sure it's this deck good, but like it is definitely a playable card. Desynchronize. Maybe we'll play that. Probably not, but maybe. Lauren's Escape last pick is pretty amazing. And Toski is welcome. Makes you happy you're in white when all of a sudden you see a draw effect for playing smaller creatures. and this works well with our Latinum Adepts. We really want the 2-drop blue creature that gains from drawing, and we want just earlier soldier plays besides Air Marshal. That's what we're looking for most of all. I mean, if there's an Urza Lord Protector, we'll take that too, just to get our Might Stone, Weak Stone, Urza combo, but I doubt we'll see that. Let's see. Vanguard is fine. We can get another Tower Worker. I think we just take Vanguard here. It's either that or Swiftfoot Boots, but I'm just gonna grab the Vanguard. We wanted more early plays, more early soldiers. That is exactly what that is. So, not gonna pass it. There is a very high temptation with these with the retro frame artifacts, just take a bunch of them because you know they're solid cards, like we've seen them be good. Prison Sentence, it's good to get one of those. I think that's a pretty easy pick here. This Survivor of Corliss, I have not been too impressed with. Like, I like 1-drops. Ooh, Lay Down Arms. That's solid. Yeah. We'll take Lay Down Arms here. Just exile a creature if you have enough planes to do so. Now I'm looking into like what we should be cutting here. I think Depth Charge Colossus might be it. I'm not sure our deck wants to be doing nothing for so long. The 4th Third Path Savant. I think we take Suchi here, actually. Suchi's a really good card. Fits in every deck. 8-drop, Ward 4, 8/8. Hard to deal with. We could take another Mind Worker. We could take Veteran's Power Blade. I think we take the Power Blade. We're already encouraged to play soldiers. This is another reason to play soldiers. Cohort's good. Ambush Paratrooper, though, is kind of exactly what we want. We already have one cohort. As much as I would like another one, I think it's Ambush Paratrooper here. And we're going to have to make some cuts. We always end up in this position where we're having to make some cuts. I think 3 is probably too many Third Path Savants. Deadly Riposte is a good card. More removal is always good. Maybe the 2nd Air Marshal is unnecessary, or maybe Vanguard is the one that we don't really need. Another Lauren's Escape. I don't think we're playing another Depth Charge Colossus, so we'll take the Shoot Down out of the pack. It's solid removal. The kind of ironic thing about this draft is that white soldiers didn't seem particularly open. Blue draw 2 didn't seem particularly open. And so we're kind of like, we have half and half of what we want. Like, we got the 2 Adepts, and we have ways to draw. I'll take a Retro Frame Ornithopter. Gonna have to cut 7 cards from this. And every time I've drafted, I've ended up in this position where I have to cut just a whole bunch of cards. Which is what makes this format different than any one that I've played before. Normally you have right around the correct number of playables, and in this one I feel like I have a ton. I think we do get rid of Depth Charge Colossus. Like, Suchi does what it does better, and Power Plant Worker does what it does better. Maybe drop one Cavalry. Try and cut our high end just a touch. We have a lot of non-creature spells. Maybe Phalanx is cuttable. We'll have more flying soldiers as opposed to ground soldiers. Sigil is very good. I think Sigil is just better than Power Blade, even in a soldier deck. So we'll keep Sigil and we'll get rid of Power Blade. What's our creature, non-creature count? Okay, we're right around where we want to be on creatures. We could use one less non-creature, two less non-creatures. Taskia is too good to pass. Kayla's too good to... we can't get rid of. Recommission. Right now, Recommission's best value is getting back Burnished Heart, or a Mine Worker or a Tower Worker to complete Tron. Maybe that's not good enough. Yeah, maybe we cut a Recommission. It doesn't do anything by itself. 16 and 9, we're at 42. We have to make 2 cuts. I mean, we don't have to make 2 cuts, but we probably should make 2 cuts. I wonder if Kayla's command... like, making a 2/2 for 3 is meh. The second mode is pretty good. But everything else is like, for 3 mana at sorcery speed, I'm not sure. Maybe we just get rid of Kayla's command. As weird as that sounds, I think it's correct. And now we're at 16 and 8. We'll probably cut 1 creature from this list. 1 creature. Maybe we don't need 2 savants, but I kind of want 2 savants. I've been in enough board stalls to know how good it can be. Maybe I drop 1 air marshal. How many other soldiers do we have? We have some, but not a ton. Yeah, I'll drop 1 air marshal and run it like this. Change out our lands real quick. You go away. Blue. Suggest lands. Okay. We'll run it like this. It's kind of nutty to think that Kayla's command, our first pick, might not have been good enough to make the cut. Like a rare white card might not be good enough to make a cut in a draft deck when all of its modes are solid if unexciting. But the other things we could be doing are kind of exciting, so. Our Lay Down Arms is very good in this hand. We really want blue mana, though. I do think it's a keep. We have Taskias. We have a lot of chances to draw blue before we really get too far behind. Speaking of, there's our blue. Teething Wormlets. Death Touch, as long as you control 3 or more artifacts. Gain a life. I think we leave it around for a little bit. Okay. So we play the Welcome. Next turn we play Latinum's Adept. And then we try and go off with our draw 2 effects. And by that I mean this guy can make us draw 2 if we get a creature that fits the bill. If he attacks with Perimeter Patrol, we're not gonna block it. But if he attacks with the Wormlet, we will block that. He's looking at our combo. He's like, oh, he can draw an extra card. He's breaking up our combo. That's just mean. Just mean, opponent. We were gonna do great things. And you said, greatness is not for me. We're not drawing so well. I think we do have to just get rid of this guy. Then play the Sigil. And next turn we have Avengers, which is a 5/5, so not the worst, but... And our opponent's not doing anything quickly, so we have a little bit of time. But I don't think we're in a great spot. That being said, we can attack for 3 every turn with lifelink flying, or lifelink vigilance. We probably need to attack for 2 with flying lifelink vigilance. It's not ideal, certainly. I'm honestly kind of surprised that we haven't hit any 2-drops or 3-drops in our deck. We have a fair number of them to make this Toskia's Welcome good. I wonder what our opponent has that he's looking at our stuff so intently. Valor 13. He's being very deliberate. Is he just gonna go on the big attack? Yeah, that makes sense. Because we're kind of priced into blocking that. That being said, if he doesn't play a blocker... Okay, that's kind of good. Kind of good for us. Yeah, we'll give this guy lifelink next turn. Hopefully he doesn't realize I can do that and just goes in for the big attack again to try and kill us. Don't you want to charge? You got this. Charge. That card's neat. We have things that can deal with it. Okay, our opponent's out of cards. That's a solid draw. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. You are gonna get this thing. And you are gonna get flying. Ooh, vigilance. Attack. Oh wait, this thing doesn't get lifelink. I don't know why I thought it did. Our opponent probably could have killed us last turn if he just attacked all out. Whoopsies. Whoopsie! But now we have the repost. Or riposte. I don't know. Calling it the deadly repost is funny to me. I like the idea of someone reposting and it being deadly. Are they coming in this time? Okay, this guy. Be on you. No, wait. This guy will be on the perimeter patrol. This guy on this. This guy on this guy. 3 blocks. And then we will play this, murdering this guy, and gaining 2 life. Yep, had a feeling that was coming, but that was coming no matter what, so it doesn't change our play here. He's down to 3 creatures, we're still at 3 life. That draw was pretty terrible. We'll just give our guy vigilance and attack for 5, I guess. This sprite is a problem because we kind of have to chump it, is the issue. Play something, opponent. Play a card. If he plays anything, we can trade with the sprite. Not a land. I meant specifically not a land. Okay. That was convenient that he didn't attack. Oh my goodness, we're flooded. Like, we have so many good draws in the deck right now, and we're just getting land and land and land. We're gonna have to chump the sprite. Well, we would have had chump the sprite last turn, so it's not a big deal. Hopefully we can like chain a couple spells together. I don't know what he's waiting for. But apparently it doesn't matter what he's waiting for because we're just gonna get lands for days and days and days. Maybe he doesn't realize that the sprite can't be blocked by the Avenger. If he would have just attacked with the sprite 2 turns ago, we would be dead already. That being said, we're just drawing lands, so we're practically dead anyway. I'm getting the impression, like, playing the Power Stone Engineer, that he doesn't think he has lethal. Oh my goodness. Maybe he's worried that I'm gonna do something with this 8 open mana. That's the only idea that I can get in my head, is that he's nervous about the mana, but we would be so dead if he just attacked with the sprite. We need to chain off a low drop into a high drop. Or arrest. If we can arrest the sprite, we're in a good spot. So ideal would be the 3rd path Iconoclast into an arrest. Take flight. Well, it's a redraw. So we'll take our redraw. We'll play our other card. I mean, earlier that would have been fine. Now it's a little late for our Might Stone and Weak Stone. If he just lets us untap with third path Savant and Might Stone, Weak Stone, I think we probably win. Equip it. Equip it. Hey, finally decided to go in. He's learned the lesson that I can't block with those on those. Okay, so first we'll play this Burnished Heart to see what we draw. Then we'll play this Third Path Savant. And then we'll attack for 8. Oh my goodness. Our opponent really messed up that game. We had no business being anywhere near winning it, and yet we did. They're getting used to the format. It appears that they didn't realize that it couldn't be blocked by the guy who could have Death Touch, which is good for us. Go to the store just because I want to get rid of that dot. And then we'll go into game 2. So far, so good. Fat Gorda. Gorda means fat again. So it's like fat. Another hand where you only have one color, but Tron almost assembled. Couldn't put that back. We just need to draw lands. This can help us get lands. I really don't want to use it on Blanchwood Prowler though. Misery Shadow. Interesting. I am going to use it on a Misery Shadow. I just need to draw lands, and I need those lands now. Yeah, I kind of have to say sure to the plains just because we need a land and I'm not willing to risk not getting one. Okay, now we'll play our Power Plant Worker. Now if we find the Mine Worker, things will be really good. I wonder what they haven't played anything at all. Do they have like a Perilous Vault that they're waiting on to blow me out, or are they just sitting on really big? Okay, looks like they're just sitting on really big things. There's our blue source. Now we can play this guy. I'm not sure we want to trade, because we can attack back for more next turn if he attacks with the pallbearer. Our Avenger is better than his pallbearer. Another pallbearer. Why would he not play that free combat for the extra damage? I guess this opponent is also learning the format just like we are. But now we can attack with yeah, probably just these two. This guy, and this guy, and we'll just run out our whole hand. That's unfortunate. I think I do block one of them. Actually, let's just get rid of both of them. Goodbye, goodbye. Now our opponent has nothing on the board. So we're just gonna pop this guy up in the air. Attack, attack. 2-turn clock. Figure it out, opponent. I imagine he sacks his Misery Shadow, which will open back up our graveyard. We can also block his Harvester with our Tower Worker. That doesn't change the clock at all. Yeah, I think our opponent's just dead. Maybe they've realized that and just have decided to accept their fate. Yeah, looks pretty dead. Okay, there we go. 2 wins. First 2 games of the day, first 2 wins of the day. Easy peasy. And I haven't really missed the Kayla's command. So that's good. But like I was saying in the draft, flying in this format is very strong. A flyer powers the name, so we might as well pick some flyers and go flying. I think we keep this hand 1 land, and we have Burnished Heart to get us all the way up. And we have things to do with a lot of mana, and we have a Yosha Tactician, so. And a little bit of early play. Overall, seems good. We have 3 draws to get 1 land, and there it is. These plains and islands, like the stained glass lands, are just beautiful. If he attacks with the Sprite, I am going to get rid of it. That card can be annoying, and I don't want to deal with it. Yeah. Him losing his no one left behind seems pretty good for us too. Play out the Burnished Heart. I would like another land, even though I have Burnished Heart. Unfortunate. I guess we play out Air Marshal here and just pass. The Recluse could attack easily, so I don't know why I didn't there. I think I've got a crack. As bad as it is to do, I need to get my lands in play. Maybe we trade off the Marshal? Probably not. With Yoshi Tactician in hand, we probably just leave it. Well, you got choices, opponent. And besides Sigil, I think that he doesn't really have bad choices at all. Okay, so he's deciding between Avenger and Tactician, it looks like. Either one is good. Okay. Avenger is probably better for us because it doesn't rely on us drawing a land. Air Marshal trades with Scrap Work Ranger either way, so I think we go ahead and trade now, like whether we have Tactician out or not. So I will play Yosha, and I will tell you. And I'll hold up the Lauren's Escape. He knows about it, so it's not quite as good, but like, it's still fine. Trying to catch up on the board a little bit, and then once we catch up on the board, we can start to use our stuff more effectively. If he attacks the Hoarding Recluse, I'm probably not going to block. It would seem too much like he has a combat trick because he knows we have the indestructible effect. D-Lord. Yeah. I don't know what he has that gets a 1/1 over a 3/4. So that seems like a pretty free block to me. Oh, he's just trying to get this Skull Player stronger. Unfortunate for our opponent that we have this to get rid of his Soul Flare before it gets big. If we draw one more land, our third Path Savant is online, which is excellent, because we're not under very much pressure. Pallbearer, okay, that's fine. I kind of want to double block him. Is that right? Probably not, actually. I am gonna single block and just put the escape on. Give it indestructible. Get a scry. That's a good draw. Play it out. Play out some Paratrooper. Why do you keep clicking back and forth between your recluse and the tactician? Suchi's gonna be good when we can get it down. We do need to keep drawing lands. Interesting. I will block Razor Maw, I think. And take 5. There's a land, play the sigil. We need one more land to play our Suchi. It looks like he doesn't have a lot going on if he brings back the Rager. But we don't have a lot going on either. Yeah, I think it's finally time to trade that in. Oh well. Like, that's not the worst. We can block Pallbearer with Suchi if we draw a land. There we go. He's guarding our cave. Very good sigil holder as well because he has vigilance. Hopefully he doesn't draw something. If he doesn't draw anything, I think we've stabilized. If he does draw something. I'm surprised he attacks here. Like, he'll get in for sure. I'm not blocking that, but now I get to attack him for a lot. Oh, that was a good draw. Life gain and another card drawn. Attack for 9. Interesting. I didn't expect him to block there. That was kind of a surprise. I wonder if he's trying to draw towards something specific. You got it. Maybe he's got Corrupt again and is just gonna try and burn us out. That could be the case. But like, Suchi's so good at holding the rest of the board down that oh, Perilous Bolt. That one I did not see coming. Well, we get to follow up with this Aeronaut Cavalry. Not ideal, but not the worst. Versus a Gigamole. Oh my goodness. He's got a Sundering Titan. I played the land because I assume he's about to destroy our lands. Yeah. We are dead. Good game. We would have been at 1, but we would have had no creatures, and there's nothing in our deck that gets us back from that situation. Perilous Vault is exactly what I was talking about. Retro frame card. Absolutely busted. Not ideal by any stretch of the imagination. I don't think there was a way I could have played around it. Maybe blocking with Suchi a little bit earlier, but I think this is good enough to keep. We have 2 2-drops we can play. We have 3 turns to draw a white source. Turn 1 was not ideal. Turn 2 has not been ideal. Can we get just a land? I don't even need a white source anymore. Just a land. Oh my goodness. Variance is really messing us up right now. But it looks like it's messing our opponent up too. So we're just both sitting here and we can't do anything land, hoping to draw more lands. Looks like our opponent found his other color before we found our other color. But we are getting lands, so not the worst. We'll have the Mightstone next turn, and then Mightstone into Suchi is not going to be bad. He's not attacking for very much right now, so things could be worse. Hey, it's a creature that we can play. Is he countering this? That's just mean, opponent. You know how I've been struggling on lands, countering everything I do. Okay, we really need our next land. If we get our next land, I think we're gonna stabilize. All right, not good, but all right. If we don't, I think we lose this game. As simple as that. We never hit our lands. We couldn't draw 2 lands, and how many draws did we get? Yeah, we are dead. Dead. That was not a fun game. I've found that almost all the games, or about, I'd say a little over 50% of the games that I've lost in this format have just been, and I drew no lands, and you can't win without lands. Like, not drawing white there would have been fine, as long as we got 2 lands and that many draws, and even with how likely it is, it just never came. Like, the number of times I played Burnished Heart on 3 into not having another land for Burnished Heart and having to sack it just to get my next 2 lands has been very high. Mythical Jinx. Are we playing the same guy? Why does that name sound so familiar? And you see, once again, we haven't drawn a single land. I'm worried the Shuffler is broken. I will attack him with the Air Marshal. Oh, sweet. That is awesome. I wanted to trade and you obliged me. Oh, we finally got a land, so that's not bad. We need one more. One more land, please. The deck looks very similar to the last deck we played against. Emergency Weld to get back up boundaries. Okie doke. I'm going to Prison Sentence. Nah, I don't want a Prison Sentence that. I guess I'll just play this third path Savant. No tax. I don't really want to trade. Even though it might have been worth it to do so. Does he have another? Dang, he's got a lot of Power Stone Fractures. No blocks. Land. Thank you. Goodbye, Gixian Puppeteer. A bunch of his cards right now are just meh. They're meh cards. I am gonna block this time. I should have blocked last time. I don't know why I thought that those wouldn't trade. But they just most certainly do. And now this guy blocks very well everything on our opponent's board. Except for that. Why did I not realize that he was gonna try and mill me? What are the odds? I'll put both my lands on the bottom. Yeah, if he wants to suicide for a little damage, that's fine with me. These emergency welds have been clutch for our opponent. That being said, we can draw 2 cards. So that's solid. We can start drawing 2 cards every turn. Talisman, not something I'm worried about. I would really appreciate if our opponent attacked with the 4/3. He knows better. He's figured out the secret sauce. Okay, we'll play the Adept. And pass. Is he going to try and mill us with that big dude? Could be. Right now he's just shocking us to death slowly with the puppeteer. This time I will attack with my Latinum Adept. Yeah, I'll keep that. I just really need to kill this puppeteer before he kills me. Eventually he's going to run out of cards to sack, hopefully. But it doesn't look like it's coming anytime soon. Okay, so we'll play Latinum Adept. Again, Sigil of Valor. Equip that to you. Totsky is welcome. Attack for 4 in the air. Earn Earth, draw a card. Please sack it, please sack it, please sack it, please sack it, please sack it. Thinking that you can drain me again? Luckily, he tapped out his blue source. Hooray! He doesn't get to attack with that monster. I shall walk with you. Okay, so next, draw 2 cards. Combat. Attack with our paratrooper. Hit him for 4. If he taps Thraxodern, I will straight murder it. So we are dying very quickly. Attack. Attack with your stuff. Attack with everybody. Okay, we gained some life. And then we lost it. But at least he's dead. Okay, another draw 2. Finally can kill that guy. No attacks. We're both low libraries at this point. I'm surprised he hasn't tried to mill me out yet. Okay, so we'll play planes. We'll play a tower worker. Draw 2. No attacks. We'll try and get these guys down. Save our butts if we can. This is far from ideal, but we're not quite dead. We're close to dead. That was unfortunate. Go to 1. Oh wait, we're just dead. Good game. Concede. We couldn't do it. We didn't have enough in the tank. That one card dealt so much damage to us. We started out so strong. We had 2 wins, and then we lost 3 in a row. Do not worry though, we'll get right back to it. Another Urza Silex. That's a nice card to have. And a chromatic lantern. I think we already have one of those, but I'll never not enjoy chromatic lantern. The card that's sacked and draw card, I don't think I've ever seen it be as useful as it was in that game. But it most certainly was useful in that game. Ooh, so we could take the Mindbreaker, which is good for mill strategies. We could take Adaptive Automaton. Is very cool because it's a lord for whatever we need a lord for. So he could be a soldier lord if we get the right soldiers. And he's flexible, he works in any color. The Mindbreaker is good. It's probably worth taking the Mindbreaker, but I really want the Automaton. I'm gonna take the Automaton. Mox Amber. If I didn't have one of those already, I would be really tempted to grab it here. That being said, if I don't grab the Mox Amber, I could grab just a soldier. Doesn't seem great. I could grab a Gurgling Anointer, which works well in the draw 2 deck. I could grab Excavation Explosion, which works well in any red deck. Symmetry Matrix could be fine, but I don't think it's actively good. Epic Confrontation. Our opponent took, I guess, the regular rare out of this pack, so we have no idea what color they're on. I think in the dark I'd rather be green than red, but we'll see. I'll take the Epic Confrontation. Okay. What have we got? Gruesome Realization is pretty good. Draw 2, lose 2, or kill all the soldiers, basically. Latinum Adept is good in the draw 2 deck that we just played before. Mishra's Onslaught makes soldiers. Our Adaptive Automaton is the Soldier Lord. Gaia's Courser is also a soldier, and it's in the color that we're in. So maybe we take Gaia's Courser and see if we can get green-black to work. I haven't gotten to play that archetype yet, but I think it would be pretty fun. That being said, Feligi Dragon Engine is a reason to go into red. Shoot Down stays in our color. And it's a really solid removal spell. It is a tough choice. Do we take the 8 mana 5/5 with Fire Breathing, or the 4 mana exile basically anything? I'm gonna take the Shoot Down. I want to cut green, and I don't think that the Dragon Engine is good enough to cut into red for. Like, it's a good card, but it's not so good that I feel like I necessarily need it, if that makes sense. Whew. So far we have 2 removal spells, 2 creatures, Soldier Tribal with our Automaton, another Shoot Down is not bad at all. In fact, I think it's the best card in the pack already, so we might as well grab it. Yeah, I'll take another Shoot Down. Out of these cards, this is the first chance that, like, Recommission is a solid white card if we want to end up in white. Mishra's Onslaught is a solid red card if we want to end up in red. I'm unenthused with the blue cards. Swiftgear Drake is playable, but not exciting. I think I'm going to take the Onslaught and see if we instantly get another Onslaught, but a Rust Goliath is probably better than second Onslaught, just to have big finishing power. I think we'll be able to get more Onslaughts. Alloy Animist, whenever you cast a beast or bird. How many beasts or birds are in this thing? A third shoot down or our first Alloy Animist? I think first Alloy Animist is better than the third shoot down, but the fact that shoot down is still here tells me that green is probably fairly open. I'd like to see the 3/2 that makes a tap Power Stone, and I'd like to see the 2-drop in our upcoming packs. And once again, while we have a red card, we're not tied to red so heavily. We can easily swap out of that if the packs don't support us playing red. I think we're pretty solidly locked into green at this point though. Unleashed Shell is more removal. Heavyweight Demolisher is more high-end threat. Let's take the Demolisher. 5 mana, deal 5, doesn't kill everything that even cost 5 mana. I really like my expensive removal to be more solid. Sorry if I seem yawny today. I was making the first ever video for this channel last night and took a couple tries to get it right, and I'll be editing it in a bit, but I kind of just want to take Mine Worker over Chain Dancer. Might be the right pick. Yeah, I'll take Chain Dancer and a second Onslaught or a third shoot down. I'm just gonna grab all the shoot downs, and the red looks open, so I think we'll have a chance to pick up those cards. Chain Dancer, Onslaught. Our Automaton is gonna do work as a Soldier Lord. So far, all of our threats besides the big guys are soldiers and Alloy Animist, of course. And now this goblin. Ho ho ho, I'm a goblin. Liquid metal coating might have uses. Like if technically can turn shoot down into kill anything, which it can be nice if you have a creature that you can't get rid of that's on the ground. And we got the Unleashed Shell back, so like clearly other people have a similar idea as me as far as its value. Skyfish Spider is really, really good. Every time I've seen it played, it's been excellent. So maybe it's worth splashing black for? That being said, Visions of Phyrexia is just like play an extra card a turn. So that's probably better. Yeah, probably better. And it also ramps you, so it's just like there's never a downside. It's basically the 4-mana Chandra every turn, but harder to interact with. A second Iconoclast. Like if we were in that deck, we would have been paid off for being in that deck. Maybe we splash blue for it. Like, is splashing so hard with cards like Energy Refractor? If we play more of those, which will help with our Alloy Animist anyway, what are we giving up? We're not giving up anything. Okay. I will take it. Just in case. Obstinate Baloth is very good. So is a second Epic Confrontation, but I think first Obstinate is better than second. the second other one. If we can get like enough Evolving Wilds, this card is very, very good. We passed one to the right, but maybe nobody's in blue-red and the one to the right comes back. It seems unlikely, but possible. We haven't gotten the good green cards yet. 3 picks in. I mean, we got Obstinate Bailout. That is a good green card, but I mean the good early green cards. We are lacking those. Sprite is fine. Tower Worker might even just be better, but yeah, Tower Worker might be better just to get us to our big dumb dummies. Sure. I think we can pick up a Sprite. We need to get some more early drops. Hey! Hey, hey, hey! Looks like green is open. Somebody left this Sarenth in here, and that card is excellent, excellent. Unfortunately, not a soldier, but now we're getting the cards that we want. Opportunist. I didn't intend to pick that quickly, but you know, sometimes that happens. I want this infantry, but I think getting a second scout is better. Maybe we can get the infantry back. Blue also looks open this take flight, but we haven't seen the Evolving Wilds that'll let us splash yet. Audacity. It's kind of meh. It's alright, but it's not something that I would prioritize highly. Maybe we just take a stone retrieval unit. I probably don't play it, but Ichor Wellspring is flexible, and like we have things that want to sack in our colors. Energy Refractor if we want to splash. This Iconoclast. Dig Site. Epic Confrontation. Yeah. I'm surprised that came back. And the Sprite came back, so we made the correct decision not taking the Sprite last time. Maybe we don't try and play blue. We've already got 23 cards out of this, and we have 3 shoot downs, 2 epic confrontations, and some ramp. Take Flight is still in the pool. Blue is like wide open if Take Flight is still there this late in the draft. And this is another format, and it's possibly because of the colorless nature of it, where you can swap what color you want to play pretty easily. Like if I decide, hey, I don't actually want to play one of the colors, I can probably still get enough playables. That being said, Tyrant is very good, so we do want to play that, and it's in our color. One thing to keep in mind is like Argothian Opportunist looks like ramp for anything, but it's very distinctly not ramp for creatures. So big creatures don't get as much benefit. I need a Fortified Beachhead for my standard deck, and I don't really want to play the Tron pieces, so yoink. Soldiers away! Fade from History is amazing. Yeah, that seems like an easy Fade from History. It's a board clear. For artifacts and enchantments, you give them a bear, but like, I'll give you a bear all day if I can get rid of all of your board. The Ocean Dissident is pretty good, but I think we just take Boulder Branch Column. We'll have to decide. The 8/6 Menace is fine, but I don't think it's as good as the Boulder Branch Column. And I don't think we need to play both in this deck. I wish we could have gotten another Steel Seeker, but maybe that's being greedy on my part. Also, maybe we get rid of Chain Dancer as we move away from the synergies. Do we want to play Hercule's Final Meditation? For 10 mana, we could bounce all of their permanents. And all of our permanents. That doesn't seem very good. I don't know that there's anything here that we particularly want. Like, I don't see myself playing a second Boulder Branch. So maybe we take the Meditation. Yeah, not a lot going on here, which is fine because we already have our whole deck basically. Maybe we take an Honor Guard. I'll play an Honor Guard maybe. Halar Loyal Bodyguard. Yes, please. I'll take a red-green rare in our colors. That's also a soldier. Do we want a 4th shoot down? Maybe. Probably not, but maybe. Soldier, soldier, scout, fairy. Ichor Wellspring is a cuttable card. We don't actually have the cards that want to sack things that much. Yeah, I don't think we play 4 shoot down. I, who love shoot down, still think that's a little much. Just a bit much. Second Onslaught. Onslaught might actually be good. We can make a lot of tokens and then attack all in. Grab a power plant worker. It would be funny if we end up getting the Tron pieces while I'm not even trying to get it, considering that when I was trying to get it, I had a really hard time. Sibling Rivalry is a good card. You can steal wins out of nowhere. I don't know if we want to main deck it, considering we don't have any sack effects. A 3rd Epic Confrontation. Like, we just have all the removal. How many non-creature spells? Yeah, 10. But we could have had... Ooh, Conscripted Infantry is actually very good, too. We'll put a Blast Runner in the board. Last pick is just a Dominate. Like, even Domination is not a bad card. All of our cards are decent. We have a Soldier sub-theme. We've got to cut 4 cards. I don't think we have enough for Alloy Animus to be good, and I don't want to play Goblin Blast Runner. 2 instant cuts. Right off the bat. That is helpful. Next up, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 removal spells. And 1 artifact board clear. That's 7 non-creature spells. Is that how many we have total? We have 10. So what are our other non-creature spells besides those? Okay, card draw. We're not getting rid of that. This is creature production, so it's technically not a non-creature spell in our case. I want to keep all of these. Maybe it's Argothian Sprite. Like, it can be very good. Yeah, maybe we take the Honor Guard out, even though we have, like, Adaptive Automaton is not good enough by itself. Like, 1 card is not good enough to make the 2-drop evaluation that significantly different. Next up, This is a tough choice. It's possible the tower worker is not what we want to be doing. Yeah, maybe we just get rid of tower worker and run it like that. I tend to overvalue tower worker probably, just because it blocks pretty well and its ramp, and it's unconditional ramp unlike the power stones. Okay, run it like this. Red-green soldiers, the deck that everyone expected. Nope, can't keep that one. Can keep this one. This one's better. We're gonna put back Unleash Shell probably, because we're the farthest away from casting it. Get down our Steel Seeker. We need to draw a land, otherwise we will be in a bad spot. Harbin's a pretty good card for our opponent. We can get rid of it with Shoot Down though, if we want to. Otherwise we can just play Onslaught and get some tokens, or Chain Dancer and get a body. Maybe we do just Shoot Down Harbin, that's fine. We have, it's nice knowing that you have more shoot downs, because you're like, I did that to save me some damage, but I'm not worried about getting overrun. Okay, so now we have choices. I think we play the Chain Dancer here, and then we can Mishra's Onslaught next turn. Maybe hit a land for Epic Confrontation also. Yeah, we'll do make some soldiers. Hey, a land. Please be another land. We'll take that. Sure. Then, play the 3/3 for 2. And I think we just call it there. Next turn we can Onslaught for damage if they don't play a lot of blockers. Okay, first, epically confront your Thopter Architect. Next, we'll go to combat. Swing! So that would be 5, 10, 16 damage that I could hit them with Onslaught. Who are you blocking with your 3/1 first striker? Yeah. That's fine. I'll just go ahead and do this now. See if we can hit lands. I'm good with you being in the bin. You I'll keep. You don't get to kill him. I killed him. Bounce the mine worker back to your hand. You know you want to. Oh, he's just trying to get back his first strike trick? That's neat, but is it good? Every turn you want to spend 4 mana to eat one of my 1/1s? Doesn't bother me. And now the sprite can't be blocked by your artifact creatures. And you can spend another 4 mana to eat another 1/1 next turn if you want to. If I draw land, I can put counters on the sprite. Okay, he's decided not to make that same play again. But he's still in the same position of having to trade his creatures for my 1/1s. Yeah, I think I just activate this guy. It's better long term than giving double strike. Next turn he's just dead to sprite, even if he scrap works. I think we got him. Ah, he had the outs. He had the outs. I wasn't ready. No blocks. We need our dragon. If we get our dragon, we're in a really good spot. Or even our just big guys. Or a Death of Automaton, you know. There are many things that we could have that would be good here. Rust Goliath is one of the few things that the mana doesn't line up well for. Do I just play it out? I probably do just play it out, as opposed to wait for even more lands for something that may never come. We're just looking for the dragon. Yeah, it didn't matter either way. If he had a disenchant. He's just gonna chump forever with the cohort. It's annoying, I'm not gonna lie. This meticulous excavation cohort deck is annoying. If we would draw like a flyer though, it would fold. Well, we finally get rid of this meticulous excavation. I mean, this military discipline. So that's fine. Now it's off the table permanently. But he's just going to keep making 1/1s and keep making 1/1s and keep making 1/1s until we finally hit something that can kill him, like our dragon. This is one of like those cat oven type play patterns that's just, it's very annoying to play against. We just gotta sit here and wait to draw something worthwhile. I don't think you thought this one through very well. Unless you intended to have this very slow, grind out block once every turn. Hey look, he's got a clock for the first time. I mean, I'm never getting through, but probably good to keep blockers just in case. We confronted the cavalry and destroyed it. I might should have killed the cohort there. It was in the air, 50-50, what I wanted to do. But in the end, I decided what I decided, and I will live with the consequences of that decision. I mean, cohort can come back, so yeah. It was not the right pick. Block combat courier, block cohort. We just need our dragon. That's all I want is the dragon. Or one of our many cards that exiles artifacts. But no, we're doomed to have lands forever. Hooray! I love flooding out against a slow, grindy deck. That was not a fun game. I'm gonna mulligan that. I don't know if that was correct, but like, it felt a bit too slow. Not that this turned out to be much faster, and it does rely on us drawing lands to do anything at all, but yeah, great. Well, hey, we hit a land, we can play this. If we hit it last turn, that Gwenna would be dead, and instead he gets to go off with it. This card will be good for later. I wonder what our opponent's considering over there. We missed land. Okay, yeah. Seems pretty easy to me. Now I epically confront you just to trade. But that's probably necessary because otherwise you just keep out card advantaging over and over and over again. Try and shoot down the Avenger next turn. Taking a bunch of damage, getting behind in mana. We're in such a good spot. Such a good spot. I love missing land drops. My favorite. Well, at least it's just that. Could have been worse. I said, as I missed another land drop, hooray for us. Now it couldn't get much worse. Play no creatures with your 5 cards at the end. Well, that was actually practically no creatures, so I guess things could be worse. Oh my goodness, this game has been so annoying today. Like, if we get to 4 lands at a reasonable time, but every single time I've kept a 2-lander, I never draw the 3rd land on time. Every single time. It's insane. And even when I keep 3-landers, I don't hit the 4th land. Like, I've got a Burnished Heart for that land. It's been frustrating. I think the shuffler might be broken. I've got 3 lands. I should definitely keep this even though it's really slow, because I'll never draw another one if I mulligan. Okay, at least our opponent's not going incredibly fast, and we have a bunch of removal spells for things. And an Obstinate Baloth to gain us a little life. We're gonna need more lands, though. He's obstinate, and a Baloth, so be wary. This is definitely the take my stuff and sack it deck, so I gotta worry about that. Now we play the Courser. Big dude, followed by big dude, followed by big dude. If we can get one more land, the Tyrant will be very good. Can eat the Skull Flare. Or we can play a Sprite, and we can epically confront the Skull Flare. I'll block. You know I will. You know that Gixian Infiltrator is not getting in against my creature. I block all day. Or I don't block, you know. Whatever. Ugh. We're not in a good spot. That Gix's command is a beating. We're at 3. There's many things that kill us from 3. Block. Block. Okay. We're at 3, but the board is clear. Land, 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 land. That's not a land. We'll block. Every time we'll block. And we're dead. Hooray! I started with 3 lands and I drew 2 for the whole game. Hooray, hooray, hooray. Oh my goodness. I apologize, this has probably been less than a fun stream to watch because I've been frustrated that I'm never, like, I'm running a normal amount of lands and I'm just never getting lands. It makes it hard to be positive at the moment. But I'm gonna rebound. The next draft will be fine. Ugh. I wonder what other people's experience of the format is. Like, is it just my experience where if you don't take the 2-drops that get you lands, you just don't get lands? That feels very specific to me at the moment, but I could be wrong. I could be wrong. Titania's command is very good. Black Blade Reforged is maybe one of the only reasons I would ever pass that card. Black Blade Reforged you play in every deck. It makes any creature a must-kill threat. Titania's command, you can make 2 bears. You can put 2 counters on each creature. That's the big one, I think. Or you can search for 2 lands. I want to take Titania's command. Black Blade Reforged is good, but I want to take Titania's command, so I will take it. Over the Top is a bad card. Don't play it. Besides that, we could get early on our mine worker, power plant worker game plan. What else is good in this pack? Spotter Adopter? Yeah, the other cards in this pack are pretty bad. Air Marshal is probably the best one. I'm just going to take a Mine Worker. Painful Quandary is awesome. So yeah, I think I'm going to be black-green today. In the late game, it's like, your opponent can't cast spells without losing 5 life. And in the early game, it's every spell costs 2 spells. It's an inherent 2 for 1. That just gets more and more value over time. I don't know what they took to pass Painful Quandary, but I imagine it was not ideal on their part. Self-Assembler could help continue down our plan, but I think we might be able to pick that up later. Go for the Throat or Power Stone Fracture are both very good. Perhaps we should start with the one that doesn't require us to sack and then try and come back for the one that does require us to sack. And hope that we wheel a Self-Assembler. Bushwhack. Another solid card. Shuchi Cave Guard is also very solid. Disfigure and Aeronaut are pretty good. But I think we take Bushwhack. It's versatile. There's enough high-end at common that Suchi, while great, is not 100% necessary to pick up. That being said, if one comes to me later, I will definitely take it, but we're looking solid so far. Black-green is a strong color pairing in this draft format. It'll just depend on how many other people are in green because green is that strong. In my experience, a lot of people play green. Those cards are hotly contested. Also, a lot of people play black because the removal in black is just so good. Hey, speak of the Suchi Cave Guard. Get a Suchi Cave Guard. I'm surprised that I see one pick 5, pick 6. Ward 4 Vigilant 8/8 is just a great card. No One Left Behind is awesome, but Burnished Heart is also awesome, but I think No One Left Behind is better. We have a lot of self-mill effects in green-black, and if we put Suchi in the graveyard and then bring it back with No One Left Behind, that seems really good for us. Dredging Claw. When a creature enters the battlefield from the graveyard, you may attach it. I think we take Power Plant Worker. We're wanting to get our set of these online anyway. Disfigure seems good. Disfigure is a combat trick, sometimes a removal spell, sometimes. It's very versatile. Hopefully we can find a Tower Worker somewhere in the draft to get our Cook a Combo online. I guess Killzone Acrobat or Scrapwork Rager is probably the pick, actually. You need a critical mask of things to sack and sack things you want to sack with. I am saying that all wrong, but the idea is you need these kind of filler creatures that replace themselves to sack and not feel bad about sacking them to the removal spells that you're going to get in black. So what we're looking out for in Pack 2 are the early drops, the mill cards, more No One Left Behinds if we can get them, a couple more high ends, and a Tower Worker. And removal. Just removal is good to have, so we will look for it. Hey, Self-Assembler came back. But Power Stone Fracture came back, which seems wrong. Do people really value this card so low? You can bring back a Scrapper Razor, draw another card, and also Clay Revenant has overperformed in black decks for me that I've seen. I've only played against black decks. I haven't actually been a part of the black deck family until just now, so it's kind of nuts that we're like, we want Self-Assembler to mill for our stuff. This card might be worth playing. It cycles itself. Lifelink is relevant sometimes. Let's see. Haywire Might. When it dies, you gain 2 life, and you can sack it to exile target non-creature artifact or non-creature enchantment. That doesn't sound too bad. Disciple of Gix could be good, but it's a little slow. Shoot Down is really solid. Evolving Wilds is solid. Man, the person to the left of me is picking very quickly. They must not have a lot of decisions in their packs. I think I'm going to grab a first copy of Shoot Down. You could make an argument for either of the uncommons. Another Power Stone Fracture seems excellent. So we will yoink it. Quietus Spike makes anything a threat. There's our Tower Worker. Yeah, we're just gonna grab... I'm gonna grab the Spike. I think we can get a Tower Worker later. But the ability to make like a 1/1, have Death Touch, and the ability to make the opponent lose half their life seems pretty strong. Like the first time I got hit with the Spike, I was at 20 and lost 10 health in one hit. Because I didn't want to lose my only creature to like some random 1/1. We have a lot of non-creature spells. We're going to look to prioritize creatures now. Suchi Cave Guard. Cloud Key. That's a neat card. I really like Cloud Key. I'm surprised that it's still here. Overwhelming Remorse is probably better for our deck, but like you can just make everything of one type cost one less. That's huge. But I'm gonna take Overwhelming Remorse. I'm gonna do the responsible thing. Second Mind Worker, it's not bad. Another Power Stone Fracture. At what point do we have too many Power Stone Fractures? I think I will take the second Mind Worker. I believe in our ability to assemble Tron, but it will be better if we have more Mind Workers and more Tower Workers and more Power Plant Workers. And Tron being assembled is a pretty solid thing. Kills on Acrobat. I think we do take our first Tower Worker to complete our Tron set. We still haven't gotten the good 2-drops for our colors. Swiftfoot Boots. Gixian Infiltrator's not bad. Like, we have a lot of things that we want to sack. That is one of the better 2-drops we could get. Alloy Animist is not bad. We currently have 0 things it can animate, but we can get one of the things that it animates, so we'll speculatively take it. And maybe we'll play it. Wow, Rust Goliath is still here. This card has just proven to be a little slow for me. Gigamole is the mill effect, but Disciples of Gix, it's also a mill effect. I think we take Gigamole. Disciples of Gix just seems too slow for what it's trying to do. Like, it's putting things in the graveyard for you to bring back, but the interesting thing for me is that we haven't seen a single copy. Okay, red is open. We haven't seen a single copy of the green creature that gives that gets you a land and mills you. I'm kind of shocked that, like, normally that card goes around and around and we haven't seen one of it. It's tough to play Gaia's Gift when you have so much removal. Hopefully we can save somebody from the pain that was the Meticulous Evacuation deck. Ashnod's Intervention. I don't think we play another one. I'll just grab a Swift Spear, because Swift Spears are cool. Okay, pack 3. We got a Branchwood Prowler. We're online with the Branchwood Prowlers. We also have these two to look forward to if we want. But man, if we were in red, it was wide open last pack, and now it's got like a ton of good red cards. But Branchwood Prowler is definitely what we want here. Legion to Ashes. Could we splash a Legion to Ashes? Because that card is a bomb. We're passing up the Thrax Demon. Yeah, I think we see if we can splash this card. Try and pick up some Evolving Wilds. A 2/7 for 5. Or a Thraben Inspector. I mean, a Foundry Inspector. I think Foundry Inspector is better. Another powerful Stone Fracture, but it looks like those come around pretty late. This card is great. Transmogrant's Crown. Like, I want Gurgling Anointer, and I want Gixen Infiltrator, but can't pass the crown here. I will put Guy's Gift in the sideboard. And I think I put Ashnod's Intervention in the board. Haywire Might, Carrion Locust. It's not too bad. The Sprite is not bad. Maybe I do take Haywire Might. I'm gonna take the Sprite. Soul Guide, Lantern, another Rager isn't... Emergency Weld. Yes, we'll take an Emergency Weld. This card has definitely put in some work in the games that I've seen it played in. Just the ability to bring back your artifacts that the other person thought they got rid of. Skyfish Spider. Now, if that's not the payoff for being in our colors, I don't know what is. Moment of Defiance doesn't seem that good. Skull Flayer is a great curve filler for our deck. We could get a second Power Plant Worker. Now our Tron is even more ready to assemble. Thraxid even? I don't know that we play it, but I mean, draw card effects are not bad. And we're all the way up at 29 cards. 29! 29 playable cards. 30 playable cards. It's kind of absurd. Every single draft, 30 playable cards. If we take out the 5 Tron pieces, we get a lot of space in the deck for all the rest of it. But I think that makes our deck worse, like significantly so. Gurgling Anointer isn't bad either. Clay Revenant, solid. It is really tough for me to tell what direction to go. Supply Drop is another one of those cards that it's good to sacrifice to things that need to be sacrificed. So if there was a deck that wanted to play it, it would be the one that we're in right now, but... Okay, so... Quite a Spike doesn't seem as good as I would have hoped. Like, it gives a creature death touch, but it's kind of expensive for just giving a creature death touch. So I will get rid of it. Bushwhack we're keeping because it can find a basic land. I don't think we need 3 Power Stone Fractors. We'll cut that down to 2. Trench Stalker doesn't seem very good in our deck. I think the Sprite is meh. It's alright, but it's not actively good. So we'll get rid of it. 4 more cuts to make. How many ways do we have to draw an extra card? The answer is none. So Gurgling Anointer, you can get out of here. 1/3 flyer's not worth playing. With how much removal we have, do we need shoot down? Probably. Maybe not, though. Maybe we don't need shoot down. This is a tough call. Emergency Weld is alright, but cuttable. So we probably want to cut a non-creature spell with our next cut. We have Disfigure. Disfigure might just be it. Yeah, I think we cut Disfigure. And we'll run it like this. Swamp and Forest. I love these stained glass lands. They are great. Honestly, I am not feeling 100%. So this might be my last draft for today. Hopefully it goes better. Than the previous ones. Look at this curve out. Bing, 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 bing. We're playing the mirror match. Except we have Tron. Do you have Tron, opponent? And we have a Foundry Inspector. Do you have a Foundry Inspector, opponent? That's what I was gonna do next turn. Oh, that's a really solid card for the future. Interesting. Is it just the Foundry Inspector that he's getting rid of? But like he's sacking a creature to get rid of a Foundry Inspector? Sure. He still doesn't have good attacks. And we just get to... Oh, I forgot to gain a life. Punt on my part. How about you have to choose? I will say, opponent choose. Between casting spells, losing 5 life, or discarding your cards. Ah. But you have to lose 5 life or discard a card for that. So basically we got rid of an unconditional removal spell from our opponent for the low price. No blocks. Titania's Command. 2 bears, 2 counters. Next turn we can Gigseed Infiltrator plus a Skyfisher. Interesting that he would want to lose even more life. Yep, Titania's Command is very good. Very, very good. There was a reason I first picked it. Also, the Skyfisher is excellent. We were playing the mirror, but I think our deck was just a touch better. Just a touch. Not too much, but a little bit. Urza was obsessed with perfection. I really want to get Urza in one of these drafts. I think that would be awesome. I have not seen it yet. Or a Mishrat, for that matter. I guess nobody passes those cards. But, like, it would be nice to see one occasionally. Sure. We have plays. Plays for days. And we got our green source. Mine Worker on 2. Is he gonna counter? Yeah. This is one of those cards that's such low value that I don't think the opponent would want to counter my Mine Worker. And yet, if we get the Tower Worker and the other worker, he gains us 3 life. It's still one of the worst of the 3. Play the Skull Flare. No attacks. I'll block the Opportunist with my Mine Worker. We have 2 Mine Workers, and we have ways to get it back if it comes to that for our Tron pieces, but it's not something that I'm going to put a lot of time and effort into getting. The other Tron pieces besides Mine Worker are just naturally good on their own. Or is this good? Okay, now we play the Gigamole. No, our Titania's Command. That is sad. That was probably the best card in their deck that we just dropped. Next turn I will play Painful Quandary though. And if he doesn't have a way to get rid of it, then we just have a really good, solid, continuous threat. He's basically just hitting us for 1 because of this Mine Worker. Okay, maybe we take a turn off from the doing of those things to just play these things. Gigamole! Giga Charge! I was really expecting him to have a counter, is why I took the turn off. Like, it was suspicious that he had 5 mana that he didn't do anything with. Maybe he was waiting to get to 7 or something, but it was odd. Odd enough to where I didn't want to just run into it. Okay, he was just waiting for 7. That's fine. You gain some life, I gain some life. Things are alright. Except now, you must choose! Between casting spells or damaging yourself significantly. If we get the other Tron piece, the tower worker, we can play both of them next turn. So that would be an ideal draw for us, is the tower worker. Every time you play a card, you discard or take a lava axe to the face. And for the low, low price of the actual cost of, or maybe even one less than a lava axe. Beware my Gimel, he is ravenous. Gain life. We'll play you. This was a painful quandary for you, friend. I appreciate your struggle. Maybe I should kill the Urza? Possibly. How much life do you have to lose, opponent? You've already lost 5. How low can your life total go? This painful quandary is so good. No drawing cards for you, friend. Gain a life for me. No one shall be left behind. He's back! Now we just need to find our tower worker, and Tron will be assembled. This guy costs 3 to buff, so we're not gonna block with him this turn. I'm not so worried about Ursa because of the painful quandary. Like every time he casts a spell, he's gonna lose 2 spells, so he's gotta make his spells really count. A bulwark? Why would you even play that? Will you take another 5? Or will you finally discard a card? Not the worst. Especially now that we got our cave guard. They brought a cave troll. We can give it menace. Or not menace, but we can give it +2/+0. Lose 5 life, gain 6 life? Is that the plan? Ah. To him, the 6th life was greater. Works for me. Might as well do this with that mana. We milled another power plant worker, but we haven't milled our tower worker, so we can still get Tron assembled. And our Gixian Soul Flare is almost online to grow infinitely. Ooh, that was a sick draw. Now we attack. Mwahaha! Interesting time to draw a card. But I guess there's no time like the present. Isn't that right, opponent? The Skull Flayer is online. Skyfisher was actually like the perfect draw there. As much as I was memeing about getting the tower worker so that I could have Tron. Does he have another way to gain life in his deck? Guess he's discarding a land, or... yeah. Oh, he's discarding an Epic Confrontation. That doesn't seem very good. Chung, 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 chung. Unfortunately for our opponent, he can't discard, so any spell he casts will just kill him instantly from the Painful Quandary. Good game, opponent. Good game. I'm glad that all of these games have been games. I've hit my land drops, my opponents hit their land drops, we've gotten to play. Like, all of these games have seemed fine, but it's been drastic how many games the land drops have not come. This is really borderline, like, extremely. I'm gonna keep it, but there's a chance, based on my luck, there's a chance this turns into a non-game, but like, if we get a land, this hand is very good. If we get a green source, it's like beautiful hand. So not a green source, but another payoff if we get one singular land, which is what we're looking for. So come on deck, just one land. We got 17 of them in there. We're not playing Evolving Wilds. Nothing comes into play tapped. One land will do us just fine. There we go, okay. Got the land. Play the tower worker. Now we can block his recruitment officer pretty easily. As well as we ramped all the way to 5. If we draw another land. I would love to draw a green source here. Or a black source. Either one. Those are the two that I would like the most. Getting down Painful Quandary seems funny against a deck that wants to play small creatures. Did our opponent miss a land drop? I hope not. I really hope our opponent finds a land. Like, it has been... It's really annoying to have to try and play when the lands just aren't coming. It feels like there's nothing you can do. Okay, he does have his lands. That's good. That's good. Good on opponent. Okay, we did get our black source. Yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and pull the Quandary down. We're gonna take a lot of damage here, but hopefully he takes a lot of damage also. And it makes up for our damage that we're taking. Now we're just one green source away from being fully online. So, and green source is pretty common in our deck. Ah, he's trying to kill my tower worker because he sees that I'm short on mana, maybe? But he got rid of 2 removal spells to do it. So, that's fine. More black mana. And I'm gonna bring back our tower worker. He's back! You spent 2 removal spells to kill him and he returned from the grave. Basically, my desire is just to block. Painful Quandary punishes my opponent the longer the board stalls out, so... Yeah, I'll take 3 here. Come on, green source. Come on, green source. There we go. Okay, now we're online. And this guy coming in. And, ooh, nice. We got another green source, and we got to bring this guy back to our hand and play him. We won't block again, but the Skyfish Spider next turn can sack the Clay Revenant to blow up his Perimeter Patrol, or whatever creature he plays that's better than a Perimeter Patrol. And the other good news is that we didn't mill our best cards. So, no block, we're down to 7. You got us there, opponent. The cohort. Okay, another 5 damage to the face. Oh, nope, he discards the card. It is interesting that he played that post-combat. Sack our friend. Kill your friend. Bring him back to my hand. We can block the cohort with the Branchwood Prowler. And once again, every time he casts a spell, he's losing 2 spells or he's losing 5 life. And now we're just looking for Titania's Command to really finish the game. Also, I wouldn't mind a Power Plant Worker or a Mine Worker just to gain some life. Or both would be great. In fact, both would be ideal. Tron assembled. Good things happening. Our opponent has started missing land drops. He never discarded a land, he's only discarded spells, so you feel kind of bad. Hey, we'll play this 8/8. Okay, they hit their 5th land. Maybe this brings them to a reasonable point, but I fear it might be too late. Yeah. The Painful Quandary plus the Suchi. The clock is very fast. Painful Quandary has been very, very good. Like, very, very good. To the point where the fact that somebody passed it to me is kind of ridiculous. Like, all you have to do is try and trade off the board, and then Painful Quandary will win the game for you. Which is what makes it so strong. Yeah, this'll do. We're looking for 1 land, but we have some removal. We have an equipment spell we can play. We're on the draw, so we have 3 draws at a land. All of these are true things that may or may not come into play. Hornstorm. I could just kill that to blow up the ramp, but I think I'm just going to play the Mine Worker. Next turn we can play the Crown and attack for 3. We still need to draw a land. We've had 2 draws of no lands, so maybe the 3rd will get us there. It did not. I think we just attack with our Mine Worker and play Foundry Inspector so that next turn we can play Scrapwork Rager even if we can't hit our land drop. Okay, I think our opponent needed to hit their land drop, which they did, so that's positive. We haven't hit ours yet, which is negative. Hopefully this guy gets us there. Hooray, he did get us there. Now we can play this Crown and attack you for 5. And we have Overwhelming Remorse and Go for the Throat and Skyfisher to kind of mitigate our opponent's ability to interact with us, and Titania's Command for if they leave our board kind of where it is. I think he's nervous about losing his Power Stone when his guy dies, because he's had such trouble with land drops. Okay, that is going to need to die. So I will kill it. With fire. Yeah, I think we just Skyfisher it? Yeah, I'm just gonna Skyfisher it. Goodbye, Scrap Fist Rager. Goodbye, Dragon Engine. And now our Overwhelming Remorse is pretty cheap, in case he plays something real bad. We need to draw 2 lands. I would love to draw back-to-back lands. I think that would put us in the best position to succeed. It's got a little 2. I can gain life for each creature card. Okay. If he dies, he gains this life. Like, Skyfisher Spider gives you everything. Push, teamfight, everything. Stone Retrieval Unit. That's fine. Yay, a land. Do we play aggro here? I don't think so. I think we spend a black mana, put this on our Mine Worker, attack with both, get our card draw. Hey, we got the other land. That's beautiful. Play our Gigamole. Take back our Power Plant Worker. We did lose our Painful Quandary, which is sad, but we have Titania's Command next turn, which should be very strong, considering he's at 6. And he continues to try and race us. We also have a 1 mana Overwhelming Remorse, instant speed, as well as we can bring this guy back from the graveyard just for funsies. And we have a go for the third. We have 2 removal spells, one of them unconditional on creatures, and we have 6 damage in the graveyard, so our opponent is in a hard position. I do not envy them. They also haven't hit their 5th land, which is understandably annoying. Is he just gonna Dragon Engine me? It looks like he just wants to Dragon Engine me and concede. Sorry, Drackle. I know how annoying it can be to not hit lands, and like you drew 2 cards to hit lands, and you made the Power Stone with you. If your Horde Stoneseeker dies, you're gonna lose your Power Stone too. Interesting. I'm afraid that I just have to end it here by overwhelming remorse of you and then unearthing this man. Good game, my friend. Good game. Well, this draft has been going pretty well, I say, jinxing myself. But 4 wins is good. If we get to 5 wins, it'll basically be a free draft, which is awesome. All of our gems we put in are coming right back out. And we have 3 chances to do it, so hopefully we can accomplish it. Yeah, this seems like a good keep. We got a Prowler on 2, Mine Worker on 3, Gigamole or Scrapper Rager, depending on what we want to do. Interesting. Yeah, we'll play this guy. Try and get our lands. There's a land. We lost Painful Quandary again. That's annoying. I really like Painful Quandary. It's like my favorite card of this whole deck, and we keep sending it to the graveyard. Look at that. A Clay Revenant and a Mine Worker. Will I block his Vanguard? Probably. Like, his deck looks pretty aggressive. I think clearing off his board is fine for me. We'll play the Rager. Weird. He's double incentivized us to throw that card to a Skyfisher. I guess we play Gigamole. And attack with this guy. That goblin laugh is actually kind of beautiful sound design. Recommissioning his Vanguard. Prison sentencing my Gigamole. It makes me think he has, like, literally nothing going on in his hand. I think I just play the Foundry Inspector. And not attack. Do I block here? My gut says no. Because we have the spider. Now we can play power plant worker. He really likes that Vanguard. He has brought it back twice now. He's like, this Vanguard is my bestest friend in the whole wide world. And I would be remiss if you try to take it from me. So you've got another cohort in your hands. I think I'm probably chump blocked with my Clay Revenant. Why would he not play the cohort? I'm confused. Oh well. We'll block. We'll run into whatever trick he's got. We play you, and we play you, and we exile you. Goodbye. Deal. Interesting that he does the weak zone subjugation on the Skyfisher instead of the Skull Player. I guess he's getting rid of the Skull Player too. He has a lot of removal. A lot of removal. That being said, we have a fair amount of recursions. And a fair amount of threats. Let's see if we can find our tower worker. That would be great. A 4/1 that draws me a card. I'll take it. We're really just looking for tower worker. You gonna pump? Nope. You gotta play. Another weak stone. This guy has a ton of removal. Like, we have a fair amount of removal, but this guy has a lot of removal. Gain a life. What about this one? What about this one? Damage in the air. Seems pretty strong. Could be 8 damage in the air if they wanted it to be. What does No One Left Behind get me? Another mine worker? That doesn't help. Okay. So you move over to here. In the air. You got us. We never drew our removal spells. We had actually in the last 12 cards, we probably had 4 removal spells. So we had definitely a chance to win that game there. Hopefully this next draft, or this next game, will go a little bit better with the variants. I think that most of the time we beat that opponent. Deck versus deck, but you don't always get the ideals. I don't like this hand at all, so I'm probably gonna mulligan this. Okay, this is a little bit better. We have a bushwhack too. I think I get rid of Go for the Throat. Maybe I get rid of the Overwhelming Remorse. It's such a strong card, but it's slow. So I'm gonna get rid of the Remorse. That might be wrong. Oh, Branchwood Prowler. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I didn't want to have to use the Bushwhack for a land, and you're gonna help me hit a land drop, and I'm gonna draw a land here. There we go. Look at that. Everything's going well now. Oh my goodness, we didn't hit a land. Well, I guess we can block his Vanguard now. And we've cleared off all the non-lands from the top of our deck, so... Oh, our opponent missed a land. I'm just gonna go ahead and ensure that we hit our next land drop. I want to make sure that it happens. Sure, I'll attack. Yeah, that doesn't bother me. If he wants to bounce it, that's fine. We have Go for the Throat. We have Skyfisher, which is probably the better play. Yeah, I think I just Skyfisher here. Okay. I hope our opponent finds his land soon. It doesn't look like he did. That's so unfortunate. I'm sorry, opponent. I'm sorry. Gigamole. Well, there goes our lands. But I guess we get this mine worker back, so not the worst that it could have been. Oh, I'm sorry. I wish you could say the sorry. I wish you could say the sorry before your opponent said oops. You can only say it when he says oops, but like... I feel really bad for Ube. I've been there. I've been there so much. That's probably a good call. I was planning to just power in with Titania's command if I drew a land, which is still my plan. We make bears, we put counters. And then next turn we just go for the throw Power Stone Fracture, whatever he's got on board, and kill him. I'm so sorry, Ube. You didn't deserve this, friend. You didn't. We're living up to the name. Go for the throat was very go for the throaty. Sorry, Ube. Well, we got up to 5 wins. We've officially made our gems back for that game, or for that draft. 2 more wins to go, and we'll have game gems on the draft. Or actually, 1 more win to gain gems, 2 more wins to just say we got 7 wins in our first 7-win draft of the format. Would be amazing. So, hopefully, we can make it happen. Rika. So Rika is probably pretty good. They're already diamond in this new... This is a good hand because Blanchwood Prowler can find us more lands. We have a... Oh no. Not this again. Not this again. Anything but this. Okay, I said Blanchwood Prowler could find us more lands, but we have hit an incredible glut of lands. I don't want to find any more, actually. This is good. This is all the lands I will ever need in this game. So you don't have to feel the need to give me more lands. Play the Gixine Infiltrator. Next turn we get to kill the Seraph with a spider. So he gets some value, but he doesn't get all the value. Hopefully he doesn't just leave up the ability to send it back. If he does, then might have to think of something else to do. Yeah, I think we just play Skull Player now. Attack with this guy. If he spends his mana, I'll kill his Seraph, but I'm not gonna run into him sending it back. Okay, there we go. He's done the thing. He's let us kill his Steel Seraph. Goodbye, Branchwood Prowler. You served us well. Yep, I'll double block. You want to trade with one of them? Oh, you're supply dropping. So you're trading with both of them. That's alright. Yeah, I'll take the action. She's still gonna start getting swole. He can keep returning supply drop. That's kind of funny. But in this situation, I don't think it's good. But you do you. Because if you bring it back and send it back, you still have no creatures to block with. I hit you for a whole bunch. You have to take the Gixian Skull Player here. Which means I still do get to hit you for a bunch. Goodness gracious, if I draw a single more land, we're gonna lose this game. We are probably gonna lose it anyway, but we're definitely gonna lose it if I continue to flood. Because he's just gonna keep doing this toss-via nonsense. Hit us, send it back to his hand. Gain 2. Well, at the very least, we hit another card we could play. We got some beef. I'm not gonna run into your supply drop. I would love it if you bounced your static net. That would be great for me. Wouldn't you rather have a power plant worker than just a meticulous excavation? I have so many removal spells too. Things that get rid of important things. There we go. Now we got a big boy. You're sending your static net back? Nope, not yet. Ooh, beautiful. Now is when you lose, friend. Play your supply drop. Lose your life. Trade with my card. And try playing your guy again. Every time that man dies, you will continue to lose 5 life. You can't even replay it. How are you going to stop my power plant workers? You ready to lose your 5 life, or are you discarding? Now you must discard. Every time you play a spell, you must discard or die. But yeah, the Meticulous Excavation deck is not fun to play against. It's like the worst play pattern that I've experienced in this draft so far. Discard. I imagine he sends it back, plays it, discards his last card in hand. Oh, he discards it again? If this was an instant, we would have no problems. This has been such an annoying game. This card is miserable. miserable to play against. Like, it's literally just the same turn over and over and over and over again for hours. I don't know what they were thinking, to be honest. And I can't imagine our opponent is like, yay, this is the best experience I've ever had. I'm honestly surprised he didn't take the clay revenant. At least the clay revenant gets to come back every turn. That deck is so annoying! Like, there's no way with all the sorcery seeds buff, you have to have an instant speed exile effect. It's such a narrow window for what can actually help you defeat that. Oh my goodness. That was so frustrating. It happened both times when we played that deck. Both times. It's just the world's most annoying play pattern. I'm going to keep bringing my guy back and sending him back to my hand. Bringing my guy back and sending him back to my hand. Oh. Sega Nick. Yeah, I'll keep this. If we find our Mine Worker, we'll have full Tron in this hand. I think we save our Bushwhack. Okay, probably not in that miserable deck. Looks like he's in blue-black, so none of the unearthed white shenanigans that we've been having to deal with. I wonder if he goes ahead and draws. When to draw with Combat Courier is kind of like an art form, I think. Next turn we can play Power Plant Worker. Pretty good curve out. 1/1 Death Toucher stops our aggression, but we're on the... I think we're playing defense either way. Like, are you really going to use a removal spell on a 1/3? No? Well, that's fair, because I wasn't going to block the 1/1 Death Touch anyway. Oh my goodness. We're gonna do it! We're gonna do it! The Mine Worker! Thanks. Mine Worker and Power Plant Worker and Tower Worker are all coming together. Next turn, hopefully. Don't mess with it. Don't mess with an opponent. Tron assembled! Tron assembled! Well, you got our creature, and now you see our plan. I'm afraid our plan is for you to die. Gain 3 life. Tap you for mana. Great ability. Play this second Mine Worker. And destroy you, sacking our first Mine Worker. Tron is online. No, we've been subjugated. Attack the other pieces of Tron. The good news is Power Play Worker can still fight. So yeah, that's pretty awesome. Is he just using it to combat courier me? Grow! Die! That card stuff is pretty good actually. Grow! Interesting. So he's not returning something to his hand? Just playing it out regularly? It's kind of odd. Say goodbye to your weak stone, friend. No! Even more counters, must give more counters. Must construct additional pylons. That being said, he needs to have at least 2 blockers on the field to stop himself from dying. Or a removal spell, I guess. We'll find out if he's got it. Charge! Ah, he does have 2 blockers. Gets to eat some stuff, which is fine. He'll take 3 damage. We will gain a bunch of life. He's close to stabilizing, but we have a lot of good draws. If we don't draw a land, I'm just going to attack with the Rager. Ooh, that was a good draw. Attacks with a 4/2. That draws me a card when it dies. And next turn will draw me another card. Oh, yes. That's a painful quandary you have, friend. Thanks. Sega Nick is being really nice, which I like. Discard a card. Interesting that he would attack. Now he has to chump with his other guy. He's coming back from the grave. Stack them both to draw 2. I'll block 1. Okay, wow, I was silent for a long time there. I just kind of zoned out. But there we go, 6 wins. 6 wins with the deck. This has been our best draft by far of the format. I'd say by far. While I haven't done it on stream, I did win one 5-game draft. But hey, now on stream, 6 wins. Can we get to 7? Or will we fall just short of our ultimate goal? Chose a good one to kind of wrap it up on too. This is going to be the last one, and it has been a great one. Imagine if it had been an 0-3 loss. That would have been pretty terrible. Click face. Nintendo. It's like Nintendo, but with an M. This guy's clever. Normally in this format, like, we don't have our best cards in this hand, but we have 3 lands and we have spells we can play. And that's enough for me most days. These lands look nice. I'm sad that I don't know how to get them now. Our opponent's like, why on earth is he playing a Mind Worker? Is this guy Tronning over there? Are you Tronning? Be straight with me. Why would you tap like that? Well, the dumb tapper made it so where we couldn't attach the crown because it wanted to play the bushwhack. But I didn't want to play the bushwhack. I wanted to play the crown. Ooh, nice, he didn't attack. Hooray, gain a life. Since we can't do anything else this turn, might as well just sidle up the Mind Worker. And get on in there, yeah! Well, that was just rude. That being said, it doesn't change the math. He used an awful lot for not a whole lot. Yeah, that's fine. You want to do all that for my Mind Worker, you go right ahead. I'll just play a Power Plant Worker next turn and not sweat it. And then I'll bushwhack your Aeronaut Cavalry. The small one, apparently. You're out of cards in hand. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. Bears and Beats. Beats, Bears, Battlestar Galactica. And then we can bushwhack his big one. I hate to say it, friend, but you don't win this. All of your flyers that could do meaningful things to me are dead. We did it! 7 wins! First 7-win draft of the format is in green-black. That's kind of unsurprising. Green and black have a lot of great cards. I don't even have all the best green cards, and this deck was just great. We had a bunch of removal. Painful Choice was a house. If you can draft Painful Choice, you should draft Painful Choice. 7 wins. Nice. That was great. We'll open up our 6 victory packs. We gained 600 gems on the exchange. Whoops, I clicked next and said packs. Let's see what we can get. Turn of Carriages. Ooh, a mock theme. I have one of those already because I'm greedy in drafts and tend to take things that I think are cool. Phyrexian Dragon Engine. Phyrexian Revoker, love that card. Will never begrudge getting more of them. Because it's like one step closer to my Death and Taxes being done. Stasis Coffin's a neat card. Gain protection for everything. I've seen it go around in drafts. I'm not sure if it's actually good in limited, but it's a neat idea for like non-limited formats. Last pack, see if we can find anything unique. Queen Kayla, we got another gold wild card. And Psychosis Crawler. That's kind of neat. Whenever you draw a card, each opponent loses a life. So we did it. Our first 2 drafts were kind of middling. We got some early wins and then we faltered, but our last draft we got 7 wins, 2 losses, and both of our losses came to the same Rewinded Excavation deck, which now that I've seen twice, I would say definitely watch out for it, though I don't think I'll ever draft it. It looked miserable to both play and play against. Well, I've been a Flyer Power. Thanks for watching. If you liked what you saw, make sure to leave a like and a comment and subscribe. Thanks. Peace.